welcome. Y'all should come on over here. We were showcasing and everything. I'd be demonstrating while she talking about what's happening. It was so much fun. We had a ball.
Mm.
Yeah, but it makes you feel fun. It get like
Yeah, so this
out.
is what it looks like. Let me try to get it.
Oh,
Camera.
Wait, see it.
Oh,
there you go. Here you go. Put your
I see it
behind it.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice.
And you could wear the speaker around you like a clip on, or you could wrap it like a what do you call it? A crossbody.
Yeah, it has a strap. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And on the back it has a clip. Yeah. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, I had my roamers with it. Because the other roamer, she was like, "No, I have a loud voice." I was like, "All right, bye, girl. I wear it." And then I had my other roamer. She put it on. She was like, "Thank God." She was like, "Because I don't have a loud voice," and it was, we were outside, so it was like they couldn't hear me. It was crazy.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me introduce our guest host. I'm so happy that we're getting people to sign up and do the guest host once a month in Money Making Monday. We had talked about Selah and all of his social media.
Selah.
Selah, I'm so sorry, Selah. Selah B, Selah B. He's always dropping so many nuggets. The one I love is what did you say? Make your calendar your content. And so I still haven't been doing it, but it's sticking with me. And I know after today's presentation, I'll have all the energy and jewels and gold nuggets that I need to get going.
You want me to jump on now?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, I don't have to do like a super formal introduction because I know a lot of people here. But Sharon, man, I really appreciate you for like one, engaging in my content, keeping track of everything that I do. I think sometimes we think that just because we get started in something that, because remember you asked me to be like, we want you to do this, and I'm like, well, I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. So I really appreciate you for supporting me and then allowing me to share this. So I'm gonna give you guys a presentation. So this is something like in my local community. When I would go to my photo booth events, people started coming up and telling me how great my content is and my video, and my marketing, branding, whatever, like the whole thing. And they were asking if I could teach them and show them how to do it. And I started showing people on the side. I wasn't even charging. Like, yeah, bro, just hop on a Zoom call real quick and I'm gonna teach you. And then my one friend was like, "Dog, this is so good. You need to do a workshop and teach people." So that's what I've been doing. And so since you guys are a part of Sharon's platform, I'm gonna share this with you guys for free. So I'm gonna share my screen right now, and then we just gonna get into the presentation. And so really, the main thing that I'm looking for from you guys is feedback. And then at the end is going to be some Q&A, and I'm going to teach you guys some fire strategies today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then I just need you guys to just let me know if you can see it.
You can see it.
All right, we good? Can everybody see that?
Yep.
All right, cool. So I want to, if you guys haven't either like followed my content or don't know like my story, just to give you guys a quick background. I'm going to tell you this because I feel like now I'm in a season of my life where I'm a lot more comfortable to talk about it, because before I never said anything. I'm going to teach you guys the strategies that I learned. When I learned this, I was laid off from my job. And so I had zeros in all my bank accounts. Like I was literally broke. I used to work for a marketing company. I was a sales rep, and I found out that company was playing me out of a bunch of money. So I ended up leaving, and I went to another marketing company, and then that marketing company laid everybody off after 6 months. When I was laid off, the first marketing company that I told you guys that I worked for, they was dragging my name through the mud so bad that I couldn't get a sales job. My third year working for that marketing company, I produced $1 million in sales for them. So imagine a sales guy who literally just produced $1 million who can't get a job. That's how bad that they were throwing my name around. I had a photo booth, and I didn't even unbox it yet. But what I was going through, so I had zeros in every bank account. 95% of the connections that was in my phone, they didn't answer because They didn't want to do business with me. So when I was trying to rent out my phone booth, I really didn't have a network. And so then my wife told me, she was like, hey, I'm pregnant. So I got a 3-year-old. I got another baby on the way, zeros in every bank account, maxed out credit card. My car was broke down, all this stuff. The only way that I can make money was to rent my photo booth. But since I really didn't have a network of people to just, give me a layup, a easy booking, I had to go to social media and literally learn how to use social media or be homeless. Now I tell people I'm not a guru. I don't claim to be a social media expert. All I can tell you is there was a season of my life where I was effed up and now I'm not, from the things that I learned. So check this out. This is a screenshot of my bank account, dog. So when I tell you I was broke as hell, I was really broke. It's not an exaggeration. So everything that I learned that I'm about to show you was under this pressure. Because I didn't have a network, I had to go out and build an audience. And so what you guys, I actually have my workshop that I do, my class is broken up into 2 pieces. I have personal branding, where I teach people how to build a personal brand and how to show up online. And then I have the content creation strategies. What you guys are taking is the content creation strategy, but what changed for me is I started to build a personal brand around my photo booth business. And this is why I tell people you have to build a brand and then start building an audience, because an audience is 1,000 times more powerful than a network. Because I just told you, a network, man, I had a whole bunch of connections when they didn't need me anymore. Spam, block, cancel, they didn't want to talk to me. When you guys build an audience, it's an emotional connection. These people are emotionally invested in you. I started to put my story out on social media about me being laid off, having this photo booth, and we're telling people like, bro, I'm gonna rent this photo booth in this situation and I'm not gonna lose. Then I started building the audience. So again, everything that I learned, it was under this pressure. Like I need bills, all that stuff. So this is what we're going over today. So I got content basics 101, and this is like a quick slide. And then we're gonna get straight into all the strategies, okay? Content strategies. And then we're gonna have content formats, meaning how do you actually show up online? There are different video formats. You have to pick the best one for you. And then we're gonna get into the Q&A. So getting into content basics. Again, this is quick. From now on, everybody has a phone, right? Everybody got a phone. From now on, you have to turn your phone into a video production device. You have to stop using your phone as a regular phone. Your phone is a tool, okay? It's not the tool that makes the tool powerful. It's the person behind the tool that makes the tool powerful. I'm gonna give you guys an example, okay? Usually when people got a phone, right, it's an entertainment device. They're gonna use it for TikTok, YouTube, right? Instagram, just scrolling on reels, getting brain rot. That does not make the tool bad. It's the person that's using the tool. Because if you give a tool to a person like me, you give me the same exact phone, it's going to become a communication device, a time management device, a video production device. It's the person that's using the tool. From now on, we're going to turn this into a video production device. Always keep it ready. So the first thing is just getting a magnet ring phone case. You always have to be ready to get content. So whether you have an iPhone or Android, you can just get this case and you can get this little magnet ring. You can clip a lot of the gear that's coming out now. All you have to do is slap it onto the back. And you can get onto a tripod and you can get your content popping. The reason I say this is because it just makes it a lot easier when you're holding your phone. It makes sure your phone doesn't drop, but you can literally just slap it on there and you get your content popping. Even if you don't really have one of the tripods with the open close thing, you literally just need a case to be prepared to just slap your phone on anything and just get your content popping. Just start recording. The next thing, grid mode. In your camera settings, there's something called grid mode, which if you guys see on this little this little grid right here, it's called the rule of thirds. When you do this, it's making sure that everything's in frame. And it darn near comes with every phone. Just making sure everything is in frame. It also comes with the level in the middle. Is going to show you if your phone's crooked, because we want to make sure that we're producing straight content where it's not crooked. Because a lot of times, if you guys are running your photo booth business and you was like me, where you don't have a person that's going to walk around and get content for you, you got to set your phone up on a tripod. And then you go to work the photo booth and then you start to realize, damn, my phone was crooked the whole time. All that content is now trash because it wasn't straight. it wasn't level. This thing literally helps you. Again, we're turning our phone into a video production device, right? Then understanding aspect ratios. In some phones, your camera setting does not automatically go to 9:16, which is best for vertical content. Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok. That vertical aspect ratio is called 9:16. Sometimes, like for example, with my Android, when I started to film my content, I was wondering why my content wasn't automatically being formed to the social media platforms I was putting it to. It's because in my settings, I was shooting it by 1:1, which is a square aspect ratio. Or it's something called full. It's like a full screen. You want to make sure when you go into your camera settings that it automatically defaults to 9:16. Because what we do, we always got to be ready to get the phone out and get the content popping. Every time you miss opportunity on content, you miss an opportunity to create a banger video. Lastly, when you're doing your aspect ratios in your phone, you have to know where the content's going. You have to have some kind of idea on where the video is going before you even record it. So, for example, I do YouTube content. YouTube content, your phone's going to be sideways, which is called a 16:9 aspect ratio. If I know I'm going to shoot a YouTube, I'm automatically filming like this, the horizontal method. If I'm going to an event and I know I want to get Instagram Reels, bam, I know it's going to be vertical. This is a lot of people who don't know this. This is exactly why when you scrolling on Instagram Reels, you see a big black box at the top. Then you see like a horizontal video and a big black box at the bottom because they're not posting it in the right aspect ratio. And the one thing I'm gonna say before we get into the strategies, you have to know what's the best camera to use. So a lot of phones right now got more than one camera. All right. The best camera to use is the camera that your phone defaults to. So for me, it's this middle one. The reason why this is important is because that is the highest quality camera on your phone. Then you have something that's called is the wide lens on your phone. That is really cool to create GoPro style content. The best way to do that is you hit your wide lens, you zoom out, but you get really close so you don't lose quality. I never even use my zoom in camera. I bounce between two cameras. But when I'm filming all of my vertical content, any of my video content, anything, I'm always using my middle camera. And so what you should do is you should do a test. What I did was like I press record and I started using my finger to block the cameras and figure out which camera was my default camera. So then if you guys check out my Facebook page, Selah, I got a lot of content which is called vlogging style content where I just walk and I'm talking to the camera. When you're doing that, if you're not looking at the right camera and you go to upload the video, you're gonna look cross-eyed and cockeyed, and people gonna be looking at you like you're crazy because you're not looking into the right lens. So moving on, basic gear for people who are trying to produce content. You do not need tons of gear. You need a tall tripod, a medium tripod, and a small tripod. A tall tripod is the one where all the legs extends, and when you buy it from Amazon, it can say like 65, 75 inches, whatever the case, right? It's a really tall tripod. When you literally like unload all the legs and you stand a tripod, it should damn near be as tall as you if you're around 5 feet tall, right? Your medium tripod, I don't know if you guys can, it's just something like this, right? You just get a medium tripod. The reason I like a medium tripod is because it's a lot more portable. You don't need all the tall legs and all this other stuff. You can literally just set this up on the table and get your content popping. It's a lot more portable. What I mean by a small tripod, those are the little tiny ones that you see people and they hold them. Those small tripods is really great to get discrete content because it's not as big as the medium tripod. It's a lot more portable if you want to sit there and try to get a vlog style video, right? And you can just literally set that up when you're doing your events. You can set your tiny tripod on the cocktail table, pointing it towards your photo booth, and just get your content popping. Everybody's walking past it, they barely even notice it sometimes. So those are the 3 tripods that I recommend. And then lastly, wireless mic. So matter of fact, let me see if I got something here. Hold on. So on my Facebook page, when I'm at the event, I want to talk because I'm trying to build a personal brand. A lot of content that photo booth people make, we only showcase the photo booth. I started this journey again because, like I said, I was under a lot of pressure. I needed to know how to produce good content because I wanted to get bookings. When I got to the events and I started to realize that everybody posts a lot of the same content, we just pointing the camera at the photo booth, it's really hard to distinguish yourself. What I talk about in my personal branding class, how do you distinguish yourself? By showing you, putting yourself out there online. So when I go do my videos, sometimes I'll post it on my story or actually on my page of me at an event. Here we go. I got my wireless mics. I'm actually mic'd up. The reason why I feel like a lot of people who produce photo booth content, like a lot of photo booth business owners, the reason why we don't actually talk at the event is because it's super loud. You got all this chatter going on and you can't really hear anything. If you get some wireless mics, you get mic'd up. And you get a really good quality mic. Like these are like the Rodecaster 2 mics. It helps drown out some of that background and it really focuses on your voice. So now I can go out there and I can get talking content. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm at this photo booth event right now. I'm at this corporate event. I got my salsa booth going and it's around 750 people. And I can get the content popping, but I'm using my wireless mic. The reason why this is important is because audio is 50% of the video experience. Think about bootleg movies. Even if the movie don't look good, right? The quality isn't good. You will still watch the movie if you can hear it. You will not watch anything if you can't hear it. If your audio is jacked up, you won't watch it. So invest in some good wireless mics, and that's really all you need to get your content popping. That's really all you use. Then you got your fancy gear. The POV necklace. I got a little suction cup tripod. I can just stick it onto a wall up top, and it can get what they call the security cam view, which is looking down on you. You can get the tracker. So a lot of people who do solo content, you get that tracker and it follows you around, or people getting that Osmo Pocket 3. Those are fancy gear that you can use. And once you learn how to get the basics first, then go to the fancy gear, right? But if you buy a bunch of gear and you actually don't know how to use it, you just wasted money. A lot of that basic gear stuff, I probably got it for like 20, 30 bucks. Like, other than my wireless mics, these things are like 200, but you got to invest. All right. So now we about to get into it. So production value versus content value. This is terminology that I want to be using throughout this. And I want you guys to truly understand what I mean when I say it. So when you hear me refer to production value, all production value really means is anything that is used to make your video look or sound better, right? Your camera gear, your lighting, your audio gear, high resolution video output, which means it's really crispy. Your video looks really good. Or if it don't look good, it's shaky camera, bad camera. A lot of times if we're using our phones and you pull your phone out your pocket, you get them the finger smudges on your camera. Now your videos look crusty, dusty, and ashy, right? It's all about production value. Then when you hear me say content value, that is literally the information of the video. Like, did you deliver the information that the viewer expected? So like if I'm talking about how and I'll show you guys in this video about how I got a booking for $5,000 and I do not deliver the information of the video really well, that means that it had poor content value. So if you do not talk about what the viewer expect and the video flops on the content value, you either get rich content value or poor content value. Did you actually deliver the information? So that's what that means. So here's the misconception about production value. When we talk about buying all the gear, fancy microphones, fancy cameras, people think because you increase your production value, that increases your content value. That's a lie. Rich production value, which means a video that look good, and if it can have poor content value, right? It's a meaningless video that looks good. Your video can look the greatest, but if you're not producing great information in that video, it's going to flop. Nobody's going to care about it. So we need to not always be focused on the production value. We need to be making sure that we're focusing on the content value. Are we making good videos? That's the whole point. All right, so we're going to talk about what makes a good video. The goal is not to go viral. It's to add value. A lot of I don't have one viral video, but when people watch my videos, they feel served or they feel like, man, that was a great video. That's a great piece of content that I just watched, right? We need to focus on delivering the goods and the value of the information. That's what's really important. So, and check this out. as long as your audio is good, right? 50% of the video experience, as long as your audio is good and you have rich content value, meaning the information of the video is really great, it can overcome poor production value. So even if you don't have the best camera, you don't have an iPhone 16, you're not using the best gear, if people can hear you and you delivering the information of the video, it's a good video. It can literally overcome bad filming, shaky camera, bad lighting, if you're delivering the information of the video. So check this out. This is an example. I'm going to show you guys this. Just watch this. Well, we don't want to plan anything. And I'm like, it's cool, bro. You've been rejecting me like that. All right. So we watched that video. Okay. If you look at the first shot in the video, I told her, hey, record me. She started recording the crowd, the camera's shaky, she ain't standing in one spot. I was not gonna post this video. I was like, man, this lady, she did a trash job because the production value wasn't where I wanted it to be. But then I was like, bro, you really dropping some bombs in this video, like knowledge bombs. Just go ahead and post the video. All right. So check this out, because the video, based on the production value, it should have flopped. All right. So I posted it on Instagram, just uploaded it as is, and it hit 1,900 views, right? I'm not bragging about the views. I'm not saying that that's a lot of views. But check this out. I also posted it on Facebook. That hit 2,000 views, right? That video talking about how I got booked for $5,000, the content value was great. From that video, I got a booking for $2,000. None of the content went viral. I just posted it out there to my audience, and I got a booking from that video. So we need to make sure that we're delivering the information. Like, are we actually making great pieces of content, even if it don't look the best? So now I just went over the content basics, like what you actually need to make content, making your phone a video production device, gear that you need. We broke down what is a good video, content value, production value, all that stuff. Now we're going to get into the content creation strategies. A lot of times when we post content, we think that consistency is a strategy. And that's not true. Consistency is not a strategy, bro. Consistency is an output. So when I started posting about my story and all this different stuff, like me being vulnerable and talking about my situation online, that just brought me attention. I was being consistent, but I wasn't getting bookings. If you have and I put on here, consistency minus strategy equals failure. Consistency plus strategy equals success. So I'm going to teach you guys real strategies on how to produce content. So if y'all with me, put in a little chat, a little fire emoji, a let's go or something like that. Right? Like we can be interactive right here. So check this out. I'm going to teach you guys the organic explosion. Since I was broke, I had all those zeros in my bank account. I actually could not afford marketing. So I had no money. The best part about social media is if you figure out how to do things organically, meaning for free, you don't have to pay Mark Zuckerberg. He already making a lot of money. He rich as hell. I'm not about to keep paying Mark Zuckerberg these Zuck bucks. I'm about to figure out how to make my own content pop. And if you guys are looking at this, you can write it down, maybe take some notes or even screenshot. These are steps. So I call it organic explosion, right? So the first thing, build an audience. The second thing, use the vulnerability formula and strategic planning. So that's for my personal branding. What I mean by vulnerability is put yourself out there. Stop hiding behind your business. Stop hiding behind the photo booth and put yourself out there. You can literally just talk about a situation that you're going through, because the essence of social media was made for people, not for businesses. So be relatable. I talked about how I got laid off from my job and I'm about to rent this photo booth and I'm not going to fail. That is when my content started to pop. Not because they cared about my photo booth. When I posted photo booth stuff, it flopped. They started relating to me and investing in me. So find a way to put your story out there. And then you're gonna use what's called strategic pinning, meaning when you put when you post that, you're gonna post it to the top of the Facebook page. That's the first thing people are gonna see when we talk about building an audience. And I'm gonna walk you through these steps. Use a dope title hook. We're gonna talk about the title hooks. Engage in the content like a mother. Shut your mouth. Meaning, don't comment in the comments. You need to conversate in the comments. And I'm gonna show you guys examples, okay? Ask for people to share and repost, and then you repeat it. Those are the 5 steps. The key to all of this is to show people love, okay? Like, they're gonna show you love and support, and you do the same thing. The law of reciprocity. What you do for me, I'll do for you. Scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Build relationships online without even really talking to people. So when people would like my post, I would go, and I still do this to this day. I got all this stuff on them. Somebody like my post, when I schedule 15 minutes to go through social media, I go like all of their stuff because now they got me on the next one. So check this out. We about to get into the organic explosion strategy. It's the first strategy. So what I use for me is Facebook. In my opinion, Facebook is the easiest platform to build an audience because the dynamic's different. And I'll give you an example. On Instagram, if you start following a bunch of people, you're adding to their audience, not yours. If they do not follow you back, they're going to look at your following, right? Your following compared to your followers. If you are following more people than people are following you, you're lame. So you don't want to add to other people's audience. On Facebook platform, you can add as many people as you want and it don't count against you. So what I found was when you add in friends on Facebook, anything under 10 mutual friends, you're gonna get cut off quick. If you start adding a bunch of people and it's under 10 mutual friends, anything over 10 or more, they'll extend your limit so you can keep adding people. So you need to create an audience, right? Once I created my audience, I then categorize my audience into 2 different groups: the people that pay me and then the people that yay me. Meaning you're going to have people in your audience that's absolutely going to pay you. We love those people. There are going to be a lot more people who don't actually pay you. And that's okay. A lot of times we'll tell people like, man, you ain't booking my services. We'll get mad at them. Not me. I accept love in all forms, whether you paying me money or you promote my business online. So all these people that don't pay you, you're gonna show them people love, right? And these people will become your sales reps because when you go, I was at this, it was in this Facebook group one time. I'm looking for a photo booth. 17 comments. It was 19 comments. 17 out of the 19 comments said Selah, Phenom photo booth. Selah, Phenom photo booth. Selah, Phenom photo booth. Who do you think that person picked? The reason they did that was because they were in my audience, bro, and they had an emotional connection to me. So I always, hey, thank you for sharing and engaging in my content. Thank you for supporting my business. I let them know that I see them. And then they'll go tell other people about me. So you got to categorize your audience. The next thing, hold on, my bad. So the next thing, when I talk about using this, the vulnerability formula, which is vulnerability equals relatability, which equals memorability. This is a strategy I use for my content. I start off in the beginning of the video by being vulnerable. I talk about a loss. That's the difference in a lot of my content. Everybody on social media always share their wins. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. Put in the chat right now how much content you put out there that talks about you taking a loss. So what I did was, you see, I put, and the first thing I hit on this video right here, the very first, oh my bad, I went all the way back. So the very first thing I got on the left side was I got laid off from my job. That's the first thing that people saw. And I'm in this video, I'm explaining my story. I was laid off from my job, zeros in every bank account, all this stuff. So I pinned that video to the top of my Facebook page. And when I'm adding people to my Facebook page, this is the first thing that they're going to see. Why I'm doing this, I want them to be emotionally invested in my story. Man, you know what, man, that dude's inspiration. That's motivational. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna accept your friend request. Boom. Now they're in my audience, right? This video on the right-hand side, I talk about how I lost $2,500 in my photo booth business. I did a vlog series, and we're going to get more into that later, right? So that's still me being vulnerable. I lost $2,500. I just took a loss. These videos was the first thing that I pinned to my Facebook page. So this is the first thing that people see, right? So now step 3, Dope title hooks. And we're going to get more into this later. All a title hook is that first line that you're posting. It's kind of like having a subject line in an email. So that first little caption box on the Facebook platform or even on the Instagram platform, a lot of people put a Harry Potter book there. You should not do that. This is meant to get people to watch your video. So you need to be strategic in what you're putting right there. So I made $5,000 off a follow-up, and I made sure I plugged in my business, Phenom Photo Booth. Bam. 2K views, 9 shares, 26 comments, 95 people engaged in that video. Right? Because I'm using title hooks, I'm making people stop to watch what I'm doing. This is what changed the game for my marketing and for my business. That's the title hook, right? So like we need to make sure we're being thoughtful of what we're putting right there. Step 4, don't comment, conversate. This is what that looks like. Selah Brooks, love you, dude. I'm so proud of you. I relate on so many levels. And this is again from my personal branding. Remember I told you vulnerability equals relatability. When you're vulnerable and you share losses and you talk about stuff that a lot of people don't talk about, your audience will relate to you. If they can relate to you, they will remember you. I figured this out when I having no money, right? And so I'm conversating for sure. I felt that to my core. Thanks, bro. If people are not commenting, I will ask an open-ended question. Hey, man, what do you think about the video? I'm literally trying to get a conversation going because that spikes my algorithm. It pushes that out to a lot more people. And then I repeat. Those are the steps. I use that for the Facebook platform. You can also use this for the Instagram platform. The reason I use Facebook again is because it's the easiest platform, in my opinion, to build an audience. You can just add as many people as you want. And if you're going by mutual friends, as when you keep building your audience, guess what? That mutual friend number is going to go up. So now I'm only adding people with 50 to 100 mutual friends. 95% of my leads come from Facebook, not from Google, because I built the audience there on that platform. So now, if I'm dropping some fire, put it in the comments. We conversating here. All right. So next, title hooks versus visual title hooks. Again, title hooks, they're powerful. They're going to be emotional attracting or curiosity driven. These are phrases used in the main text line to get people to stop. Those are just title hooks. They're just the captions, right? Visual title hooks are things that you do in the video edit to make people stop and watch your videos. And I use this strategy a lot on Instagram because when people are scrolling on Instagram, they have the sound off. And so if they see something that gets their attention, they will stop, watch your video, and they will turn the sound on to see what you're talking about. But the attention span is so short now that when you have that visual title hook, it's literally telling people what the video is going to be about. They don't even have to guess anymore. So we're going to get into that, all right? So good title hooks. These are examples of good title hooks. I had to learn how to use social media or be homeless. All right. So what you really want to do is a combination of all these strategies. You can have a good title hook. If you don't use the organic explosion method, your video might not pop. Right. So that's my title hook. And then notice 32 engagements, 4 comments, 13 shares, 1.4 thousand views. I'm not bragging about the views. I'm not saying it hit 1 million. What I teach in my personal branding class is that you don't have to have a huge audience to get paid. All you have to do is have an audience, right? Let's say if there's one person on this call, if that one person pays me one time, I still got paid. You can have 10 people in your audience. If 10 people pay me one time, I still got paid. If 5,000 people pay me one time, I still got paid. So what's the point I'm trying to make? What's the elbow, Selah? What's the elbow? The point is, none of those numbers in our society seem like it's a lot. Right? We'll look. I only got 5,000 views. Man, you can't fit 5,000 people in a room. If everybody in your audience, all 5,000 people pay you, you still gonna make money, bro. It don't matter about the audience size, right? So it don't really matter about your views. Learn how to get your audience to pay you. Then my company, Phenom Photo Booth, got booked by Notre Dame. 150 engagements, 79 comments, 4 shares, 3.1 thousand views on Facebook. I plugged in my photo booth company. I'm literally teaching you guys how to make good title hooks, right? And you want to make sure you're using that space. You see how it says ... That's okay. As long as you're getting people to stop and watch the video, okay? I did it, y'all. It's official. This is when I announced my workshop. Curiosity. What did he do? What's official? Oh my gosh, what you talking about, Selah? 3.8 thousand views, 28 shares, 43 comments, 97 engagements. Because I'm using a good title hook. It's stopping people to watch the video. And notice how it says 28 shares. I don't have 3.8 thousand people on my Facebook audience. When people share your stuff, and this is why I talk about the people that yay you, not only will they talk about you in Facebook groups, they will literally share your content, which then opens them up to their audience. And now you get more views than what you actually have on your Facebook page. I only got 2-something thousand, but it almost hit 4,000. It's because 28 people shared my video without me asking, by the way. So this is expanding the captions. So what you do is you put a title hook there, right? And if you really want to get good at title hooks, master one line phrases. I had to learn how to use social media or be homeless. Don't put a Harry Potter book there. Master the one-liners. And then you're gonna just put you're gonna do some spaces, space, and put the rest at the bottom. So when they put, you guys see here where it says see more, when they click see more, now they actually want to read about what you're posting. Then after that, all you have to do is structure everything in order of importance. So if I'm lying, I dare you to show up. That is my title hook. What is he lying about? What is he daring me to show up to? You click see more. Register to my workshop. Here's all the times and dates. Right? This other one. It's a 2-day workshop, $150, only 50 seats, and I got everything there in order of importance. That is how you're supposed to make posts, not only on Facebook, but also on Instagram. Make sure you get that one-liner and then drop everything else down. Right? Let's take a look into some bad title hooks. This is how a lot of people post, right? So these people are promoting an event right here on the far left side. They're talking about a real estate person selling homes, and they basically trying to do a workshop. You're running everything's cut off. I have no clue what the hell they're talking about, what the hell they're trying to promote on June 12th, 5:30 to 7 p.m. And look at their engagements. 2 people liked it, including myself, and only 1 share. Everybody else is scrolling past that piece of content because we have no idea what you're talking about. On this other one, you see how it says sponsored right here in the middle. Sponsored meaning they paid for it. The ultimate 1-day virtual event. I don't even know what they're talking about. They're paying money and they don't even have a great title hook. Look at their engagements, really low. I'm scrolling past that because I have no idea what you're trying to promote. It's another company over here, Peepers. They do sunglasses, right? Peepers, Sunny turns heads and don't know what the hell they're talking about. And this is an ad that they're doing. People will stop and scroll if you have an engaging title hook. So these are example of bad ones. Now, visual title hooks, right? So again, on my personal branding class, a lot of my content right now has nothing to do with photo booths. Everything revolves around me because I'm creating a personal brand. I literally became the product. When you create a personal brand, you create an audience that relates to you, they trust you. It don't even matter what you say, bro. All you have to do is create an audience. So is that me? Somebody. Is somebody mic on? It was echoing. All right. Anyway, okay. So what I put right here, her love is the reason I never quit. I'm talking about my wife, bro. I'm just another form of being vulnerable. There's the title hook, the visual title hook. I'm talking about, you see the actual title hook. My wife love is the reason I never quit. So they know the video is about my wife. But if you're just scrolling as a reel, her love is the reason I never quit. That is my visual title hook. The second one, that is a visual title hook. The third one, repurpose content like a pro. If you're scrolling on Instagram and you watch that video, what do you think I'm gonna be talking about? I'm gonna be talking about repurposing content like a pro. I'm telling them what the video is going to be about, but I'm making sure I have rich content value, meaning I'm about to deliver the goods of the video to make sure that they know how to repurpose content like a pro. How did I learn about visual title hooks? I just studied the experts. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do this. I literally trained Instagram on how to be my content coach. Find high producing pages out there and just watch what they do. And you got to be curious about what's going on. I'm sitting here like, bro, why the hell I got these captions on every video? What's going on? And then I started breaking stuff down because true experts, they literally leave breadcrumbs and they'll give you the blueprint of how they're successful. If you pay attention enough and you watch enough and you learn enough, you'll figure it out. They're showing it to you. You just got to be curious. So I started watching all these people about how to have visual title hooks. I started adding it to my content when I figured it out. Now my content's producing a lot better. So now, the next strategy, if your reels suck, we're going to fix that. If you got no views, no engagements, right? This is a sign that your reels are bad. When you're making bad reels, it's most likely that you don't know that your reels aren't that good, and that's okay. I was doing that too. We all did that, and I'm going to teach you exactly how I learned learn how to take my reels to the next level. So this is what you guys need to do. Watch your poor performing reels. How do you know if something bad? You go figure it out. You go back, you revisit it, and watch your reels and take notes. This will give you insights about why your reels not performing. All right. You're gonna find high performing industry leaders. So when I was making trashy photo booth content, I mean trashy, like it sucked, 23 views. I was like, all right, well, what does a good photo booth reel look like? And then I went out there to find people, right? And then I started to figure out what good reels look like. So then what I started to do was I stopped trying to make photo booth content like everybody else. I went on my own journey. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep showing my photo booth. So I left the photo booth industry and I started looking at high performing pages. And then when I talked about those experts, this is how I figured out how to make good reels and how to teach Instagram how to be my content coach. Not only for Instagram, but for all platforms. It don't matter. I want to learn how to make better content in general. I started watching reels with the sound off. And what am I looking for? Why am I doing this? Because I'm looking for production value. Is it good quality? How many things are changing on the screen to keep people's attention? Do they have captions? Right? I'm looking at production value. Then I started actually, when I got done taking notes about the production value of a video, then I started actually listening to the video. I would turn the sound on. And then why am I doing this? I'm looking for rich content value. Yes, I understand the production is good, and you know, you showing different things on the screen and doing all that stuff, and they're trying to keep people's attention with captions and all that other stuff. Are they delivering the goods of the video? And then I started to figure this out, and then I started reading the captions and reading the comments, and eventually it started to click for me about how to produce good videos, not only on Instagram but in general, right? Then I started going into Instagram and I typed in content coach. And I started to find people who make really good content, and I would literally watch tons of their videos. I would heart everything. Heart. Scroll, heart. Because I'm training Instagram about the videos that I want to watch. When I was laid off from my job and I was trying to figure out how to make good content, I didn't watch TV for like 3 months. This was my TV. This was my entertainment, but I wasn't watching it for entertainment. I was watching it to learn. You can literally just go follow people and they will teach you how to make better content. One of the smartest things I think I've ever done is I went to go watch the guy who manages, I followed the guy who manages Instagram. So as soon as new features inside Instagram come out, I'm over here getting all the details. Tell me, what you talking about, Adam? What's new here on Instagram? And I'm already on top of it. For example, a lot of people don't know that AI, you see the AI thing at Instagram right now. From now on, period, if you see anything related to AI, start asking it questions. I started asking AI and Instagram content questions, and they literally would you can literally do an audit, a content or a social media audit on your page inside Instagram by using the AI feature. And it would tell you what you need to do to produce better content. It would look over all your stuff, and it would give you key points about how to make your content better. I copied all those key points. I put it in my notes app, and I went to go through it one by one. And then if I didn't understand something, I said, hey, could you elaborate on this point? And then to give you either further breakdown. I learned that from Adam. Hey, we now have AI inside Instagram. Thank you, Adam. So check this out. We're going to practice. This is what that looks like. I will watch videos with the sound off. You see right here on the left, you see these captions, different things showing up on the screen, right? She's changing different mics in her hand. Why is she doing that? Because she's trying to keep people's attention, right? And so she's talking to look all these different shots that she's using. Really good video, like good quality. It's changing things on the screen. This video is what we call high production value. When you watch the video, she most definitely delivering the goods, and she's talking about, notice how in the beginning or in this video, she talks about the audio. Damn it. I probably should be skipping my videos again. They're like, Selah, come on, bro. All right. So she's talking about audio in here. Since she had high production value and great content value, 29,000 views. So I started watching all her content, learning. See, comment audio for the list. She's going to send you a list of different mics that you can use to make your content better. This is my content coach. This is how I learned about my wireless mics that I got. I seen videos talking about audio. All right, bet. I'm about to go invest in some mics. I invested in mics. Now my content went up, and I'm making better content, right? So this next video, notice how it has low production value. Remember I told you that the aspect ratio 9:16. This is what your videos look like if you do not have 9:16. That little blurry thing at the top, blurry thing at the bottom, but you can tell that little box is clear. That's because he shot it, and that format was meant for a YouTube video, but they uploaded it on Instagram. Notice all the shaky cameras, all this other stuff in this video, but since he delivers the message and delivers the good of the video, it's 42,000 views. So check this out. Again, that's why I said poor production value can be overcame by high content value. Make really, really good videos, and no matter if they look good, and as long as the audio is good. So he's talking about branding. He delivered it. He talked about how he branded his Tesla, got him a $300,000 project. He talks about the $300 project. He talks about branding. This dude literally has a huge social media following, and none of his videos has great production value. But the content's so rich, and now he does 40,000 views and more just from, and the videos don't even look that great. It don't matter. So we have to stop thinking that we need to produce really high quality videos to make great content. If you're experts at what you do, information should spew out of your mouth. It shouldn't be hard for us to make great content because this is what we do all day long. All we have to do is figure out how to put it on video. So here's the elbow again. Again, if the audio is good and you have rich content value, it can overcome poor production value. That video was shaky, bad lighting, the filming wasn't the great. It didn't even matter. That video had 42,000 views. So check this out. This is the next strategy. I'm going to teach you how to never run out of content ideas. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you want to learn how to never run out of content ideas. Who struggle with that? Put a hand up in the chat if you struggle with content ideas, right? So this is, again, zero in my bank account. I'm learning under this pressure. I'm going to teach you guys how to create what I call a content vault. When you create a content vault, you're going to create content around the topic, all kinds of topics. And then this is also how you get diversified content when it's not just about your photo booths and only about your photo booths. So I'm telling y'all right now, could y'all imagine if you paid, like you went to my class and then you paid $100 and I'm just dropping bomb after bomb after bomb. Y'all getting it for free, bro. I'm literally about to show you guys how I do it. Okay. So again, I watch Instagram reels. Okay. I watch Instagram reels. I want you guys to start watching Instagram reels like TV, but the goal is to learn. Instagram needs to be your new Netflix or Disney Plus. If you're really serious about doing it and doing it organically, watch this stuff like TV, bro. I told you I ain't watched TV for 3 months. My wife pregnant. You know, I got a 3-year-old already, and I got another baby on the way. F a TV. I need to be learning. So this is Selah's content vault. So all you do is when you watch your Instagram reels, you're gonna come across content that you like and you're gonna heart it. When you heart it, that's letting Instagram know you want to see more of that content. You're gonna actually save it. You're gonna click the dots, you're gonna hit save, and then it's a little plus sign in the corner where you can create a folder. And you're gonna name these folders after content that you like. So I got vlog intros since I'm doing a vlog series. I did this vlog series in the past, and I like his vlog intros. I have a section talking about vlog intros. I have a vault talking about podcast clips, motivation videos, seminar clips, vlogging, personal branding videos. I'm learning. I'm just learning, right? Check this out. Creative content ideas. If I see a video that I think funny as hell, I put it in this folder. This is the video. So this dude talking about if DMs were real in real life, right? So he got his little camera out there. Hey, bro, I need a photo. How much you want to charge? And he tell him, yeah, man, this is my top package. This is what I charge. Blah, 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 blah. The dude just skirt off. I thought the video was funny as hell, right? He said, look, you about to talk about his packages? Pull it off. Creative content. I want to make a video like that. So now I'm going to add that to my creative content idea. Motivational videos, right? This is my folder. Any motivational video that I come across, I just put it here. So check out this video. Right? That's something I was just talking about, the content value. I mean, this actually reinforces that. But to me, that video motivated me. Okay, cool. Motivational folder. That's where that video is going. Okay. I literally started learning about real examples. That is my folder. That's what that's called. So check this out. Not only that, when you see money or what I call money videos, hey man, I started this lawn care business and I made $3,000 today. I'm gonna show you guys what that looked like, and they start walking you through each yard that they cut to make money. That is what's called money content. I have a folder called money content. I have a folder for funny videos. I literally have folders for all this different stuff. It's my content vault. If I'm sitting there and I don't know what video I should be making, guess what? I just go scrolling through my vault because I watch it like TV. I have tons of examples to choose from. All right, cool. I think I want to make a video just like that. And then you just redo the video. They already did the hard work for you. They already came up with the idea. They already came up with the topic. They already came up with the format. All you have to do is put your own spin on it, add a trending audio, and then send a clip out, and you're done. When I talk about using it for a content coach, when I wanted to learn how to make better reels, I just started watching reels on people who created content about how to make better reels, right? So what she's talking about when y'all see that video called that folder called podcast clips, I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing a lot more podcasts because I really love podcasting to build a personal brand, and I'll tell you why when we get there. And she's telling you actually where you should put your stuff. Okay, she's like, your face goes here, your captions go here, right up under your mouth. And if you have any graphics, your graphics go here. This is the negative area. How many people keep putting captions at the very top of their video and they get cut off and it don't look good? Or you put it right there in the bottom on Instagram and you can't see anything because you actually have your title captions right there. I just started learning. And it's not about what you learn. It's about how fast you implement what you learn. It's a bunch of, I call them smart, dumb people. Everybody knows smart, dumb people. They know a bunch of stuff, but they don't use it. Since I was broke, as soon as I figured out a new piece of information, I implemented that thing in the very next video. So check this out. This is a podcast clip. Right here. I'm on a podcast. This is my face. This is my captions. So notice, so that video did really good. That it produced really good. I did what she said. I was talking. I had the captions right there by my mouth. This guy, I went to his podcast, right? He had the best camera gear. Had me looking crispy. The mics, the audio was all great. But what he did was he took our podcast that we did and he put it in an AI editor and it just chopped up a bunch of clips. And then it automatically put these captions down at the bottom. This video flopped like crazy. It only had like 200 views. The reason is because notice, man, the people do not want to look at the captions and then look at what you're saying. That's too much work. The eyes are going up and down and up and down and up and down. When you guys are talking and you're adding captions in your video, move the captions up by your mouth. And then people can read and look at what you're saying at the same time, and it keeps them engaged. He had a high production value, but the high content value, but the production value, it kind of flopped. And this video, it cut it off when I was talking, so the content value really isn't there because he didn't do the edit manually. He just put it into an AI editor, so the content value really wasn't there. And it just flopped. It wasn't a great video. So next strategy, I'm just dropping bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, and we almost to the end. So check this out. Repurposing content like a pro. When I first started, I didn't have a lot of events. we always think that we need to produce new pieces of content, and that's not true. This is probably one of my most powerful strategies that I've used in all of my marketing strategies, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because when you learn how to repurpose content, you test better. You know what hits, and you can figure out why it's not working. So you do not have to keep using new content, bro. Just use what you have and reuse what you have. You're making one piece of content work 10 times harder. And I'm gonna walk you guys through it, okay? Check this out. Y'all should be taking notes or mental notes, because this is all I'm doing right here in this video is doing a time-lapse video of my flower, right? This video has no audio. This is technically one video. This is one piece of content. You can post it. It might not do well, but this is still a video. This is one video, okay? Every time you add what I call a layer, which is an audio or captions or a color filter, anything, every time you add something to a video, it now becomes a new video. For example, this is my outfit. I only have a shirt, right? This is one outfit. If I was to add a jacket, now that is two outfits. Now, if I start adding earrings, right, to my stuff, that's technically a new fit, right? Every time you add a layer, it's different. So check this out. I added audio. This is a trending audio. Same time-lapse video, trending audio. This is two videos right now. The time-lapse with no audio, and this is two videos. I added a trending audio. I now have two pieces of content, right? Then I added captions to this video. This is now three videos. A time-lapse with nothing, a time-lapse with a trending audio, a time-lapse with a trending audio, and then I got captions at the bottom. Every time you add something, it is a new video. But what's the point? It's the same video, it's just packaged different. Everything's still the base of it is just a time-lapse video of my photo booth. But since I'm adding captions in one of the videos, since I'm adding a trending audio to one of the videos, it's a new video. It's a new piece of content. Learn how to repackage, reflip, and send the video back out there. So what was I doing? I was testing. I was trying to figure out why my content isn't producing, right? And so here's the thing. If you do not have a lot of followers and stuff like people do not want to test on their Instagram pages, on the social media platforms. It blows my mind. I don't understand. People ain't watching your stuff anyway. They ain't even watching it. So just test. Repurpose your content and send it back out there. Each time I was doing a different video, what am I doing? I'm trying to get data back in return. So check this out. I did the time-lapse video with the captions at the bottom, right? That video only had 155 views. I did the time-lapse video with only that trending audio. That one had like 1,600 views. I'm like, oh hell, now we doing something right. Now I redid the video, the same video a few months later. That video hit 8,065 views, and I'm gonna show you guys what the difference was. And this is how I started learning what my audience likes for my content. This was the difference. Visual title hooks. I was laid off from my job. That was the first thing somebody saw when they came across my video. I was laid off from my job. When you scrolling with the sound off, damn, he was laid off. Let me watch that. What are you talking about? And I'm going through in the video edit and I'm sharing my story. I had zeros in every account. There it is. Bam. And notice they're flashing on the screen. Why am I doing that? Because I'm keeping people engaged. And I'm also going with the beat of the video, right? I'm doing this to keep the engagement high. Bam. That edit made that video hit, right? So 8,000 views. I got 3 bookings from that video. Again, you don't need a huge audience, or you don't have to go viral to get paid from your content, dog. Not a viral video. I never brag about my views. When you hear me hit like 80,000, 1 million, then I'll start bragging. But even if you have a small audience, man, if you're making sure that you're prioritizing content value and people are watching your videos and they like the content that you produce, bro, they'll pay you. I got 3 bookings. All right, cool. Let's do it. Bam, that video produced for me. And now when I'm sitting at home figuring out where my next book is gonna come from, I got a DM. Hey man, I love that story. All right, cool, bro. If you need I'm still going through it, Brody. If you need a photo booth, man, let me know. I'd love to take care of you. Bam, got 3 bookings from that video. So now that's the reminder that the elbow, the goal is not to go viral, man. It's to add value. Produce videos that are rich in content value, and you're good. That's really what should be the focus. All right. And check this out. Even if your video don't hit, if you have good content value, people will repost your videos. That's what happened to me. Matter of fact, Sharon actually discovered me because of a video. I didn't know her. We didn't know her, didn't know about Chit Chat. She literally told me, like, I didn't know you were new. I just thought I didn't know who you were. Nope, I'm new. But you can't tell because of my videos. What I noticed was when my content got better, my life got better. And it was directly correlated. So check this out. I posted this video, Photo Booth Supply Company. I was asleep. I'm literally sleeping. I'm slobbering all over the place, right? And I get this message on my phone. I thought it was a dream. Hey, we really love this video. Would you mind if we repost it? I'm thinking I thought it was a dream. I didn't even know. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Take it. Do whatever you want with it, right? I wake up. So let me just play the video. I'm going to play it. Here we go. Now, notice the correlation here. Trending audio, time-lapse video, things changing on the screen. So I feel like the content value, the message that I'm putting out there was high in content value. I'm letting people know I'm building my business from the ground up, brick by brick. I put that out there, right? Because I want people to know, like, I'm building my business. And I'm not, even though I'm not like, jumping up there and my business not exploding, it's all good because I'm in it for the long haul. Surprisingly, this message is what Photo Booth Supply Company, this is what they be telling people, hey man, like, it's not a get rich quick type of thing. If a photo booth business is hard, it takes a lot of work. A lot of people think just because you buy a photo booth, you're going to be rich overnight. And that's just not the case. There's tons of success stories in photo booths, tons of them. But a lot of times people see the destination, but they don't see the journey. They don't see what people went through to be as successful as they are. So they reposted it. When I posted it on my page, it got like 300 something views. But because it has great content value, when they posted it on their platform, 296 like engagements, 32 comments, 85 shares, 12,000 views. My video that I created, but when I posted it, it didn't do well. And that's cool because I don't have a huge audience, bro. And sometimes it's not about what you post, it's about who actually posted it. So since they got a bigger audience, man, they put that thing out there. If the video was, and that's the thing that we know about content value. If your content value is horrible, it don't matter who posted the video, it's gonna flop. But since they posted it and the content value was there, the video hit. And that's content that they didn't even produce themselves, bro. They didn't sit there and edit none of that. I did all the work for them. So this is the last strategy we're gonna get into, right? It's called pre-planning your content. When you pre-plan all of your content, it makes sure that you ensure that you capitalize on the opportunity. The biggest reason I love pre-planning content is because it allows me to put together what I call a content creation strategy. These are I'm teaching you strategy, but I have a content creation strategy, meaning I am producing content about what I want to expect back after that video after I share that video. So let's check this out. I make content about what I'm dealing with in my business. So when I got booked by Notre Dame, I'm like, bro, this is a huge opportunity. I'm not just about to show up there and just do your regular schmegular photo booth video and just take video of the photo booth and videos about people using the photo booth. Hell no, bro. I just got booked by Notre Dame. This is still to this day the biggest booking I ever had in my life, right? So what am I doing with in my business? People not taking my company seriously. Bigger organizations think I'm too small of a company to fit their needs. And I need to reinforce to my audience that I'm not failing. I told them I'm going to rent this photo booth out and I'm not going to fail. This opportunity allows me to hit every one of these key points. So I put out the video. Bam. I'm like, hey, Notre Dame booked my photo booth. I'm chasing my dreams, blah, 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 blah. I'm literally just addressing everything. So I'm making sure I'm hitting on content value, but watch the production value. I paid a drone guy to come out there and get drone footage. Like Notre Dame got a great location. I'm about to, hey bro, let's get a drone out here, bro. Let's see some cool stuff. Let's get a drone going. Different shots in the edit, right? Bam. When I posted this video, my life never was the same. What this video did for me was it showcased that, all right, bro, this dude legit. Because when I would tell people I got a photo booth business, you know what they would say? Oh, how cute. You got your little photo booth business. I'm like, bro, what the hell is she talking to? A chihuahua or something? What the hell you mean, how cute? This video made people take me seriously. Then the organizations that told me I wasn't a big, I wasn't a good fit for them because I was small. Guess who they called back after they figured out I got booked by Notre Dame? But it's not because I got booked by Notre Dame. It's because I went there with the content plan. I pre-planned it. I'm getting video footage. I knew what I was going to say. Hey, Notre Dame just booked my photo booth. That's the first word that came out of my mouth. I did that on purpose. Always chase your dreams. Don't quit. I went there with the plan. I got so much data or so much content when I left there. And I used it to put this video together and it hit all these key points. Right? Now, the next strategy, I'm dealing with cheap clients and I'm dealing with pricing, right? So that's kind of what I was dealing with. And I was sitting there, I was like, okay, I don't got any events going on today, no photo booth events. And this is when Sharon, she talked about it earlier, talking about when I tell people your calendar should be a content. Well, one, I need content. And I'm going to a networking event today. So a lot of times when we go to networking events, we don't even post that we at the networking event. I'm not doing that. I'm about to go get content of me at this networking event. Because when you create a personal brand and you become the content, it doesn't matter about your photo booth, bro. It's about you. So I'm about to go get the content. Cheap people keep calling me. So that's one thing I'm dealing with, right? And then I want to put my prices out there so people can understand that I'm a premium service. I had people calling me, telling me what they want to pay for me to show up. Hey, listen, bro, I'm not doing that. All I can do for you is $300. I was like, bro, for $300, you about to get my Jamaican cousin. I ain't about to come to no event for no $300. What the hell? And I kept getting cheap calls. I'm like, all right, cool. This lets me know that people don't understand that I'm a premium service. I need to put my prices out there. How do you put your prices out there and tell people you're not a cheap service and you're not about to come do no cheap ass events? Here you go. I talked about the video we watched earlier. I got a booking for $5,000. I literally went there knowing what I was going to talk about. I knew the video that I wanted to make. So now I'm in a room full of all these people who don't know what I charge, right? And I'm talking about how I got booked for $5,000. And if they hit my line, guess how much they're expecting to spend? If they don't spend $5,000, they better be somewhere in that ballpark. I'm not doing business with you. I'm putting my prices out there. And I told y'all that video that I put out there talking about how I got booked for $5,000 got me a booking for $2,000. Imagine if I got booked for $300. Now everybody trying to book me for $300. It was a strategic plan. When you guys are pre-planning your content, it's literally like you moving pieces. I create videos about what I want to expect back. All right, cool. I got cheap people calling me. I'm about to put my prices out there in the form of a video. I'm about to just tell people what I got booked for. $5,000. Bam. As soon as I put that video out there, it's so crazy because in my audience, I don't get those calls anymore. It's so weird, right? Oh man, like if they go to my Google and they don't know what I charge, that's different. But people that's in my audience, hey, how did you hear about me? I follow your Facebook page and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And you want me to do an event for $300? Hell no, absolutely not, right? And I started putting my prices out there and people don't understand my premium service. This video had a plan. I planned it. I knew what I wanted to talk about. So here's the last thing. Remember I told you in the agenda, we talk about video formats? You have to know how you want to show up online, right? So what I suggest is, diversity is good, but less is more. Find the best video format that fits your strength and that's easier for you to show up online consistently with a strategy, right? So when you find a video format where you can show up online and it's easy for you and you're good at it, that helps with the consistency part, but then use these strategies. And I highly recommend using one platform. Like when you narrow it down to one platform, and the platform that you use is the one where you build an audience. So if it's Instagram, use Instagram. The problem that we hate about content is that now we created a piece of content and we got to try to put it across all these platforms, which creates extra work. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's that simple. Your audience is going to be in one spot and then literally produce the content there. So check this out. These are different video formats, different ways where you can show up online. So check this out. We got talking head videos, right? These are for YouTube videos specifically, but more sometimes they do shorter clips. All that is you sitting down, right? And you delivering the video, right? Delivering the information of the video. So since I met Sharon, I've been inspired to create a YouTube channel where I just make YouTube educational content. Right now, I got like 10 videos. It's a talking head video. I just put it out there, right? And here's the thing. Like I said, if you're an expert, information should literally spew out of your mouth. You should just literally you get your key points, right? Or what you want to talk about, and then deliver it. Make sure it's high in content value. That is one video format. If that's easier for you to just sit down and just deliver the message, bam, go ahead and do that, right? Then we got vlogging. So I don't mean like vlogging style, like, you know, showing people what you're doing throughout your day. That's one way to go about it. But when I mean vlogging as a video format, all I mean is this right here. You just take your phone and you just start talking into your phone. I love this kind of content because it's so easy to create. Once you learn how to talk to your camera and you stop getting nervous and weird, and when your camera come on and you can just talk to the camera like it's a person, you will make great vlogging content, which means just walking and talking. I'll literally go down my street and I'll just create a video, right? Talking about whatever. When you do that, it's called conviction-based content. If you feel something on your spirit or whatever you want to talk about it, literally start walking and talking and then deliver the information in the video. And guess what? You don't even have to edit it. There's no post editing, because when you know what you're going to talk about and it's conviction based, which means like it's what you feel in the moment. First of all, the delivery is going to hit hard anyway. But if you know what you're going to talk about, literally just walk and talk and deliver the information in the video, and you just upload it and you're done. That's it. I love vlogging content. So when I'm walking and I'm walking and talking, you see people jogging with their dogs, different cars going by. Guess what that's doing for me? It's literally creating engagement because different things are changing on the screen. So bam, this is what I started doing on my Facebook page. I just walk and talk. I create a whole bunch of videos, right? Next one, lives. I'm about to start doing more lives. If you guys if you do a lot of lives, this is really great for a great video format, because this is the most credible video format because it's live, right? If you sneeze, if you fart or whatever, it's in real time. So people take a lot more, your content that you produce, people are going to take it more seriously, and it's going to mean a lot more because they know that you're live. You're in the moment, right? If you're messing up, if you're stuttering, anything happens, it's live. The reason why people like that is because they want real stuff. Everything that I make, like for example, talking head videos, any flaws, anything, you can literally cut that out in a video edit, right? People can relate to you a lot more when you live. Here's the key to lives. And I don't even do a lot of lives. I'm just giving y'all a game. Here's the key to the lives. You have to prioritize the replay value. So what does that mean? I'm going to tell you exactly what that means. I appreciate y'all for asking. Put a hand up in the chat if this is how everybody do their lives. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing, y'all? Man, I really appreciate y'all for coming in today. Make sure you put in the chat where you from. Where you from? Okay, yeah, awesome. Thank you, thank you. When you do that, you're not prioritizing replay value. A lot more people are going to watch that content after you post it. So what you should do when you do a live is prioritize the replay value. Make sure you're keeping the viewer in mind that watches the video later, because that's what's gonna make your video pop more. So the way you should do a live is, hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Selah, and what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna give you guys the top 5 tips or top 5 things that you should do to get X result, and then get into the video, whether people are watching or not. Because when you upload that video, that is a piece of content. If they see you talking about good morning, good morning, good morning, scroll. They ain't got time for that. Scroll. It sucks. That video sucks. Get into the video, and then people gonna realize that you value their time, and they're gonna love to watch your lives because they know that you get straight to. There's no fluff. There's none of that, bro. You're getting straight into the video, and they feel served. Now, the last one. This is what I'm getting into a lot more into. Video podcast. I'm starting to love video podcasts. Video podcasts as literally hacks because you get tons of content. And if you use the repurpose method, you will literally never run out of content. And I'm going to tell you how. When you do a video podcast, typically you have a 1 hour conversation with somebody, right? If you go on that podcast and you speak with purpose and you speak with intent, knowing what you're going to talk about, knowing what you want to say, you're going to get really great clips. I did a video podcast. This dude gave me 30 clips. Since we talked about the repurpose content method and I know how to repurpose content, those 30 pieces of raw footage can now become 60 different videos. All the same video, but it's about to be packaged differently. Different trending audios, different captions, different color filters. That's what this is down here. I'm testing to see what hit. But each of those things is consistency, is going into the algorithm, it's different forms of content that I'm posting, different algorithms or different trending audios that I'm using. But I got 60 pieces of content now, and I can post these whenever. And here's the thing, because I'm building a personal brand, it's not even about my photo. Because when you become the product, people are going to buy from you and it don't even matter what you sell. So I'm going on these video podcasts. I'm telling my story. I'm talking about content strategies, all these different things. And all it's doing is creating opportunities for me. So like, yeah, people notice me because of photo booths, but now I'm getting paid speaking engagements. I did a workshop. 30 people showed up. I charged them all $150 because they want to learn about content. Nothing related to photo booths. That same people in that class actually booked my photo booth. It don't. So, and then here's the thing. Since I did these video podcasts, when I went to that's what I was doing. I talked about pre-planning content. I knew I wanted to do a workshop. I'm like, okay, I need marketing material. I'm like, I'm going to go on these podcasts and I'm going to talk about a few of my strategies. I'm going to tell my story and then I'm going to get them clips back and I'm going to use those clips to promote my podcast. I did a 2-day workshop. I had 30 people show up each day because I had clips, but I pre-planned the content. So these are different formats to show up online. And this is what Sharon talked about, right? In the beginning. This is what I realized. If you want, this is how you reach boss level personal branding and content creation. This is how you reach that. When you become the content, you stop creating content. I don't create content, bro. I literally am the content. When I go to photo booth events, I'm filming myself. Hey, man, I got my photo booth here and it's absolutely fire, man. Check out my setup. That goes on my story. And if you're really scared about being on camera, right, and you're nervous about being on camera, and because you're nervous, you don't sound good on camera, you start sweating, right? Because a lot of people, when that camera come out, you got a lot of experts, but 9 times out of 10, when they get behind the camera, they turn weird, bro. They act like they don't know nothing. It's because they're nervous. Guess what? Start putting yourself out there. And if you fail at the video, put it on your story and it's gone in 24 hours because you're just getting the reps, right? But literally my calendar becomes my content. So like, for example, if you guys are doing any kind of coaching, consulting, anything like that, where you're trying to get clients, the best way to get rich, authentic content is to get you in your natural element. This is exactly why I set up either a medium tripod or a small tripod, and I'm about to start sending clips. What I'm going to call mic'd up. I'm just going to set a podcast a tripod somewhere. I'm gonna be mic'd up at my event. And y'all just gonna see me interact with people, and that's gonna be content. I'm just filming myself in my natural element, cracking my jokes, bringing people over to the photo booth. I'm showing a reaction, but guess what? Everything mic'd up so you can hear it. If you guys are doing coaching and consulting, whatever, right? A lot of the photo booth people, my photo booth people that's on the call today, y'all do weddings, and y'all actually have video calls with your brides. Record that. That's content, bro. Like right now, I'm literally doing this call, and I got a tripod right over here, and it's filming me giving the information. And those are all pieces of content that I'm going to use to promote myself because we like plants, y'all. If you put us in great soil, we grow. When you take us out of our element, we die. So if you want to get really good content, let your calendar become your content. So what does that look like? I got a networking event at 8 a.m. Record yourself at that networking event. Record yourself, because worst case scenario is going to be B-roll for anything. Record yourself passing out cars. Record yourself talking to people. Make sure you bring your mics. I got a content bin, what I call a content creation bin, with all my gear in it and never leaves my car. But since I'm serious about content, I create content on the spot. I can get my content popping anywhere, right? I got my 8 a.m. call. Then I'm about to go tour this venue. I'm a preferred vendor. Now I got on the list. I'm about to go tour the venue. Well, guess what? Go record yourself, turn the venue, and then and then you can just do a voiceover. What's up, y'all? Man, the craziest thing just happened to me. I've been trying to get into this venue for 3 years, and now they just added me to their venue or to their preferred vendor list. I'm actually going to take you guys with me to do a tour of the venue. And then you go there, you start recording the clips, recording the venue, the waterfall, whatever, the pond, the team, the staff, you shaking hands with people. That is a piece of content. You don't even have to show your photo booth. It's you going to a venue. If you upload that video and you focus on content value, somebody getting married at that venue might be like, oh my gosh, this content or this photo booth person is now a preferred vendor at this venue. Let me try to hit them up. You never know what happens, what's going to happen when you put yourself out there and you prioritize the content value, but you start becoming the content. And then when you like just start filming yourself in your natural element, doing whatever it is that you do, and all those is clips. And this is how I never run out of content, bro. Even when I don't have events, I have content. So I'm not saying I'm a social media guru. I'm not saying that, this is the end all be all. And I just figured out what worked for me. And I started sharing that stuff with people. There's probably other people that have different strategies. They tell you, hey, really like focus in, dial in on social media, and really try to hit your target audience and post content of what your target audience. All that stuff really might work, but this is just what worked for me. And what happened is, since I stopped making everything about the photo booth, I got more opportunities that's not related to photo booths. All these opportunities became different revenue streams. I rent photo booths. I have a content course, and my content stuff. I can also do this. Like, let's say this was paid, all y'all showed up. I can get money. People right now, they don't even rent photo booths, and I had a room full of people, and they came to see me and they paid. And I had a free space. Everything was profit. I had a free space, and I just showed up and delivered the information. All the money I made, I kept from that workshop. And now I'm about to run the play again. I'm also getting paid speaking engagements, because when people hear about my story, hey, bro, can you come talk to these kids at the high school? Yes, I can, but I charge that. How much? $2,000. Okay. Because now since I became the content, I became the product. And now it don't matter what you said, bro. People, now they're going to book me, and I'm opening up all these different audiences to myself. So that's the end. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We're going to and then we can do Q&A.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was so good. A couple things that stood out to me. Well, it was a lot of stuff that stood out to me. The first thing I'm going to bring up, I guess, would be the way you brought up when you booked Notre Dame. You said the Notre Dame plan. I know for myself, content is always an afterthought. So like, we'll do the event and then we go look for, did I take any pictures, or did I the pictures that came from the photo booth or whatever, and then we try to piece together instead of on the front end when we're planning, the experience. We're also planning ahead of time, what content needs to come from this event, and what is it doing for us? Like, what problem are we solving with the content that we're going to get from this event? I love that. And then just thinking about this entire group, when you showed the drone, and there's a couple of drone experts in here, and I will say that too, like working with the football team I've been working with, every single content, like social media content that he would get from the hired content creators, they all included the drone. And you, like you said, those numbers would skyrocket because, oh my God, like it just levels up the, like it was just some kid, like us being there was just like some little kids playing on the field, but seeing the content, you were like, where is this? This is in Richmond? Like, I didn't know nothing about this. Like, it really got people excited. Like, this was going on, and I had no idea this was going on. Imagine if people felt that way about our businesses, our photo booths, or whatever. But I don't want to take up, because I know it's going to be a lot of questions. But I just wanted to say thank you first. And those were just some of the things that much more stood out, but those are some of the things that jumped out at me.
Dope. Well, nah, facts. I mean, I try to, when I get a great opportunity, I go there with a plan. Like you said, I was tired of leaving events and like man, bro, I should have got this piece of content. I missed this opportunity for that content because we only get one shot at getting the content. So instead of doing that in reverse, I flipped it. Hey, I'm going there knowing what shots I need, knowing what I want to get back from the video, because I'm thinking about the end goal, like what I want to address in the business. So fire. I'm glad that was your takeaway. All right. Other questions, comments, feedback?
My question is about your Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
You said you do everything on your Facebook page. So
Yep.
your personal Facebook page, not your business Facebook page, right?
Right. So, is that the question? Like, you want to see examples?
No, I follow you. I've seen some of your stuff, but
I had the same question. Yep.
All right. So
because
Okay.
because you post the majority of your business stuff or your personal branding on your personal Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
that's all that page is for. So do you have like another Facebook, or you just mix everything on this one Facebook?
Yeah, I mix everything on one Facebook. And here's the thing, I've been thinking about splitting them, right? And splitting them and doing it differently. But as of right now, like I just really started showing the personal branding stuff there. You know what I mean? So right now what I'm getting is I'm trying to get data. Do people even actually like it? And if enough people like it, then I'll split them, and I'll do, one of them will be about like my content and teaching people how to create content. The other one will be just about me and then running my photo booth business. But here's the thing: when you have an audience and they just understand what you do, and you just start sharing your stuff, I'm not even worried about confusion, because the same, like when I told you, when you create a personal brand, it don't matter what you sell. You don't have to worry about like splitting a bunch of the audience or going to different platforms. And I'll give you an example. When I sold digital marketing services, the same people who bought my marketing services, they booked my photo booth. The same people who booked my photo booth, they booked my class. All in the same audience, all from the same Facebook page, because the product was me. When you
Right.
have a reputation of delivering the goods, when you create an offer, don't matter what that offer is, even because those are three different things: marketing, photo booths, and content creation. But it's not about what I offered, it's about who offered it. Hey, Selah doing that? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll pay him $150, because when you have that reputation of delivering goods and you have a good name, that's the personal brand side of things. Just create the offer and people are going to show up. We always think that like sometimes you have to split the audiences and do it the right way. I'm not saying mine's just the right way. It's not even the cleanest way, but it works. Because I don't really focus. A lot of people focus on doing we think it has to be perfect, right? Like we need the right gear. We need to be doing the page the right way, branding the right way. Just worry about building the audience. Just build the audience. And if, again, what I talked about, my vulnerability formula and the personal branding, well, since I'm vulnerable and I talk about losses that I take, and I'm authentic with my audience, they buy from me. So when I create an offer, they just purchase it. Small audience, but they still pay me. It's not perfect at all by any means, but it don't stop me from getting paid, because I don't worry about the negatives. You know what I mean? I go into a plan saying, what's my positives? I got an audience. They believe in me. They trust me. I'm just going to put the offer out there. It don't have to be perfect to be executed. You just got to get started. Like,
Is your page private or public?
It's public. Anybody can go to it. Just type in Selah Brooks, and I'll give you guys an example. This is how I learned this, bro. When I was a kid, me and my homie, we started a lawn care business. Right? We 15, and when we started the lawn care business, we didn't even have a lawnmower. So I would go to people's houses and I would say, "Hey, man, this is our lawn care company. I would like to cut your grass. What do you charge?" "I charge 15 from the front and 15 from the back, sir." "Okay, cool." They would give me the $15. After I got the money, I was like, "Hey, bro, can I use your lawnmower?" They'd be like, "Bro, what the hell? You started a lawn care business, you ain't got a lawnmower?" That's correct. Because I don't need a lawnmower. I just, like, to get started. You got a lawnmower. You need somebody to cut your grass. You got a lawnmower, but you don't cut your grass. How can you look at me silly? I was 15. I'd be like, all right, the lawnmower's in the garage. And I would use their lawnmower and we would cut their grass, right? Then we saved up enough money to buy our own. We think we got to be perfect. It don't got to be perfect, man. You just got to start.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions, takeaways, feedback?
Yeah, I thought it was great. My mic on?
Yeah. What's up, Mario? What up, bro? Big
So
homie.
everything's going good?
Yeah, bro.
I definitely appreciate everything that you said. And I know there's a lot of reinforcement of stuff that I already knew.
Mhm.
And I just took a 5-day class last week where I got a chance to be in front of the camera instead of behind the camera. So I'm listening to myself and it's like, ooh, do I sound like that? And it's like, okay, I guess I do sound like that. But, out of the 8 people in the class, my project came in first place. So it's like, okay, I know how to edit, I know how to do all that. Now let me go ahead and, like you said, be the product. Okay. So I'm definitely going to jump on doing that and start putting a lot of footage of stuff that where I'm the product. And so I really appreciate what you were saying about that, and also working on doing some podcasts and interviewing different venues and being able to put stuff out there. So definitely a lot of encouragement, and you will see a lot more of my stuff in the near future. And I thank you for all the things that you encouraged us to do today and how that has helped me to put stuff out there and not necessarily have to make it perfect. Just get it out there.
Just get it out there.
Mhm.
Dog, man, first of all, man, I love that for you. You got the first place and everything. But I feel like that is the goal, because when you start a photo booth business and you purchase a photo booth, we all try to figure out, how do we separate ourselves from other people? And guess what? It don't even matter where you're at in the market. Cheap people compete with cheap people. You got mid-tier people compete with mid-tier people. You got the top people competing with top people, right? And we all still try to figure out how we differentiate ourselves. The reason why I talk about the personal branding side of things is because, Mario, bro, you literally are the difference. It's you, man.
Yeah.
If people have the same photo booth as you, people gonna, this is why when people are afraid to put themselves out there on camera and put themselves out there on video, right? When they start getting content, they make it about what they actually sell, which is the photo booth. Well, guess what? That's what everybody does. And if you have the same photo booth as people, it's hard to try to distinguish yourself. So as the customer, we like, I don't really care who I pick, because they all do the same thing. We all gonna get the same value, and that's not true. Since we're scared to put ourselves out there, we hide behind our business, bro. And now we make it, and the way you're doing this, when people say, hey, what's different between you, this company, and that company, like, why should I do business because of you? If you start listing off features and benefits, that's how you know you're not differentiating yourself. I had a dude tell me, hey man, what's the difference between you and this dude? You have the same photo booth. Me, fool. I get that Selah experience.
That's right.
And so when I'm like, look, man, I don't have to sell. I don't sell people. I pitch people. I'm just gonna tell you about it. You make the decision. Go to my content and go look at what I do. And if you like it, call me back. And you call me back. Because when you go look at other people, they're all showing the photo booth, because they think what they do is who they are, and it's not. They think it's all about the photo booth. It's not about the photo booth. That's why I talked about the tool, right? I use the phone as an example. Like, if you give me a phone, it becomes something different. When people get a photo booth, right? Like my competitors out here in my area, when they put their hands on it, it's just a photo booth. When I put my hands on it, it's an experience, because it's the person that transforms the product. You see what I'm saying? So, like, if you honestly believe you create a once in a lifetime experience for people that they can't get anywhere else, the best way to do that is to record it. That's my proof. That is my video receipt. Look at this experience that I just provided for people, and then go do that. But then everybody gonna stop wanting to rent the photo booth. They're gonna be buying Mario. Like, hey, bro, I just want to rent from you, bro. What do you got?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Facts.
Yeah. All right.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
All right. Any questions, feedback? Any feedback from what I presented? Tips? Anything?
I thought it was a great presentation. You didn't kind of just focus on what you had on your slides. You were just rolling with with your presentation instead of how some people will just read off of their PowerPoints.
Hell no, though. That's boring. It's boring for me, and it's boring for. I ain't trying to do no sleep fest. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, Sharon, don't bring him back. Don't. I'm over here reading books to people. Nah, I always try to keep it fresh. I have those there for talking points, but also people know how to read. They're gonna read it. Man, I just like I said, the conviction based content. I just try to go with what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that because sometimes I felt like I'm like, man, am I rambling a little too much? Am I getting off script? But you're like the fifth person that told me, hey, I like the fact that you don't actually just go slide by slide. So I appreciate the feedback. So Corita, she said, I love the examples you put to demonstrate what points you were making. Come on now. It's all about the demonstrations, man. You know what I mean? My little examples. You know, and I felt like that was important. So when I put together this presentation, man, it probably took me like 2 weeks because I wanted to make sure like what I was saying, any examples that I showed literally reinforced it where people don't even, you can see it and you just get the point, you know? And that's why I was calling it the elbow. I'm hitting people with the elbow. Like I'm making sure everything connect. So Karita, man, I appreciate you. I'm gonna heart that one too.
What's next for you?
What's next?
The presentations.
So right now I am actually I did my first one and I'm splitting it up. So I'm just adjusting the fundamentals really quick. So what I was doing was I did a 2-day workshop that covered personal branding and content creation. But I know that's really hard for business owners and it was in person to like make both. And sometimes on Zoom it's hard to do both. So I'm gonna split them. I'm gonna make them separately. So the personal branding one, that is actually that was going to be separate, right? So if you only want to learn about personal branding and how to create a brand and show up online and build an audience, that's one class. The next one is the content creation strategy, which what you guys did. So if you just only wanted to learn how to create better content and start having strategies with it, you can take this one and it's 150 per. And I'm gonna do it that way, and I'm going to start promoting them separately now. And yeah, and like I said, I'm just gonna since I already created the presentations for both, you just run the play again. Mm-hmm. You don't have to keep creating new presentations. You just get better at doing the one that you're already doing because all the information is already there. I've been having people, they've been reaching out to me, asking me if I can be their personal branding coach. So, which is great. I'm gonna share the news with y'all first. You know, my photo booth family, but here, do you mind if I share my screen, Sean?
Go right ahead.
So, I'm actually, this is the company I created. It's called True Version Media. So I just made a LLC, just got a logo done. And I'm gonna be people's personal branding coach, showing people how to show up online, how to be themselves, how to be authentic, how to build an audience, and doing it all organically without paid ads. There's tons of marketing companies, but I don't like in my area, I don't see any personal branding companies. Like, you know, they'll do your social media management, but they won't teach you how to become the product, you know, how to create a personal brand, and how to start showing up online and trying to build an audience from that. So I just created this company and I got 6 clients so far from my workshops. And yeah, so this is another revenue stream for me. And that's the crazy thing, man, because like I told y'all, bro, like when I was laid off from my job, I didn't think this was gonna be my life. I just started learning because I had kids to feed. You know, my wife was dependent on me. My 3-year-old was dependent on me. I had another baby on the way that's dependent on me. I didn't want my family to flop. You know, I didn't want us to fail. So even though I had all that stuff going against me, you know, court papers in my mailbox, the marketing companies trying to sue me, people dragging my name through the mud, not having a network or anything. Like I went through the fire and then I learned what I learned and this is how I came out. I wouldn't even change anything. So
congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it was like a blessing in disguise. It's
really good.
So Well, I hope everybody learned a lot. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm kind of drained, man. That's a lot of talking.
Thank you so much. I did definitely, and we'll be putting that to a lot of use, especially the thing about where your face is, and because I wanted to raise my hand, but I couldn't figure out where the button was. Scared your words at the top, me.
Yeah.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Won't do that. It makes more sense, like what you said. They have to look at the bottom and then look at your face. Is too much work.
Right. And
I
they
love
scroll. Bruh,
Mhm.
all right, so I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Latonia, she said, God truly knows what you need and timing is everything. You have truly inspired me. Can we chat? Okay, I most definitely I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna get your number with chat. And then she said sounds like you've been through the fire and the flood. Hell yeah, girl. For real, I was, man. I was through the fire and the flood. For sure.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'm gonna wrap y'all up. I know we went a little longer tonight. You will get the replays in the Mighty Network, and tomorrow is co-working day. So 10 to 3, you can drop in, drop out whenever you like. I'll be there. I do have a doctor's appointment, so I will be dropping out a little bit tomorrow, but 10 to 3 tomorrow.
I have a question. Can I ask you a question, a personal question, Selah?
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
Is,
What's up?
is that your given name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. That's what my parents named me. It's in the Bible and Psalms.
Right. That's why I asked. Okay.
So,
All right. Well, a good night.
Good night, everybody.
all
Good
right, see
night.
y'all. Thank
Thanks,
you.
See y'all, some of y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.